Here we are going to present the topic on metro construction. Me and my colleague Mukesh, we are from SSN College of Engineering, currently pursuing final year. Uh, and Our trainer name is Mr. Ashok Kumar sir. And here is the table of contents. What are we going to discuss on it? Here mainly we are going to discuss about why metro construction is needed, then operation of metros, network topologies, types, and sequence of activities for elevated metro. Elevated metro construction for what and all we are going to priority what and all we are going to have and all we are going to see in elevated metro construction, and stepwise illustration we are gonna made, and the costs, pros, cons, and thereby conclusion. Here, this is introduction. Metro is a rapid transit system, as all we know. Unlike buses or trams, rapid transit systems are electrical railways that operate on an exclusive right of way, which cannot be accessed by pedestrians and all, and which is often grade separated in tunnels or elevated railways. Thereby, then modern service on rapid transit systems are provided on
Excuse me,
designated
sir.
lines between stations.
Sir.
Yes, Mukesh, I'm going on definition.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Modern service on rapid transit systems are provided on designated lines between stations, typically using electric multiple units on railway tracks. And the monorail system, as all we know, the stations typically have high platforms without steps inside the train, so that thereby we can avoid many accidents. Requiring custom-made trains in order to minimize gaps between train and platform. They are typically integrated with other public transport and often operated by the same public transport authorities. However, some rapid transit systems have a great intersections between a rapid transit line and a road or between two rapid transit lines.
Okay. Why do we need metro? So we all very well know that as with increasing population, the unprecedented growth of personal vehicle also occurs. So the more number of personal vehicles can also affect environment. So it also leads to growing traffic congestions. So air pollution and traffic accidents have become a major concern these days. So to avoid congestion at peak hours and to save time and reduce fuel consumption, we prefer metro and rapid transit systems.
Here is a operation of metro. Here, rapid transit is used in cities, agglomerations, and metropolitan areas to transport large number of people, often short distances and high frequencies. And the extent of the rapid transit system varies greatly between cities with several transport strategies. Some systems may extend only to the limits of the inner city or to its inner ring of suburbs, and then some systems may be extend to the limits of the inner city or its inner ring of suburbs with trains making frequent station stops. The outer suburbs may then be reached by a separate commuter rail network where more widely spaced stations allow higher speeds. In some cases, the difference between urban rapid transit and suburban systems are not clear. Rapid transit systems also may be supplemented by other systems such as trolley buses, regular buses, trams, or commuter rail. This combination of transit modes serves to offset certain limitations of rapid transit, such as limited stops and long walking distance between outside access points. Bus or tram feeder system transport people to rapid transit stops.
Okay, lines. Each rapid transit system consists of one or more lines or even circuits. So each line is serviced by at least one specific route with trains stopping at all or even some of the line stations. Most systems operate several routes and distinguish them by colors, names, numbering, or even combinations. So some lines may share track with each other for a portion of their route or separate solely on their own right of way. Often a line running through the city center forks into two or more branches in suburbs. Alternatively, there may be a single central terminal, often shared with central railway station or multiple interchange stations between lines in the city center. For instance, in the Prague Metro, the London Underground, and the Paris Metro are densely built systems with a matrix of crisscrossing lines throughout the cities. The Chicago L has most of its lines converging to on a top loop. So the capacity of a line is obtained by multiplying the car capacity, train length, and the service frequency. So heavy transit rapid systems might have 6 to 12 cars, while lighter systems may use 4 or fewer. So cars have the capacity of 100 to 150 passengers, varying with the seated to standing ratios. More standing ratio gives higher capacity. The minimum time interval between trains is shorter for rapid transit than for mainline railway, owing to the use of communications-based train control. The minimum headway can reach 90 seconds, but many systems typically use 120 seconds to follow and to allow recovery from delays.
And here are the network topologies that are to be considered. Rapid transit topologies are determined by a large number of factors, including existing or expected travel patterns, politics and historical constraints, and geographical barriers. A transit system is expected to serve an area of land with a set of lines, which consist of shapes summarized as I shape, S shape, U shape, O shapes, or loops like thing. And geographical barriers may cause choke points where transit lines must converge. As instance, to cross a body of water, which are which are potential congestion sites, but also offer an opportunity for transfers between lines. Then ring lines provide good coverage, connect between the radial lines, and so tangential trips that would otherwise need to cross the typically congested core of the network. A rough grid pattern can offer a wide variety of routes while still maintaining reasonable speed and frequency of service. A study of the 15 world's largest subway systems suggested a universal shape like thing composed of a dense core with branches radiating from it. And here are the types that are in metro, which are elevated, underground, which you have seen often. Here is the on grade type of metro also there.
So these are the basic sequence of activities for elevated metro. So first, as we do on any construction, we go on by obtaining the site. Okay, then we actually proceed with the preliminary survey works. So once the preliminary survey works are done and the proper estimation is being planned, we go with barricading. Once the barricading work is done and we select the utilities and we identify them, and after identifying the utilities, we shift them to the site. So once this is done, we go for a pile casting. So we test the piles both vertically and the lateral load test. And once test is being completed, we go with pile foundation. Most of the metros, no, not most, mostly all the metros use pile foundation. And over the pile foundation, we go with pile cap, and over the pile cap, we go with piers. And once the pier is fixed, we go with the pier cap.
And consecutively, the casting of superstructure segments and parapet have to be done, and stacking and transportation of segments and erection of segments, which would be connected with the fire cap also. And pre-stressing of span and grouting should be done in case of any cracks occurs. Like grout is, we know that measure mixture of cement, sand, and water chemicals that are used to fill gaps. They are using repairing mainly in concrete cracks, like waterproofing, and the sealing also we can use it, and for also soil stabilization. And coming with the alignment and bearing and parapet erection have to be placed, and cable trough erection and fixing of vertical bearing and shear key bar. In a sequence of erection we have to consider like we have to consider the clear span, large clear span, low rise building, high, like taper eye structure, like, and all we have to consider before doing. And the shear key bar is nothing. Pre-stressing screw thread bar is a straight bar which has a full thread, high strength, and high dimensional accuracy it have. And finally, handling over.
So here we go with the stepwise illustration. Basically, these pictures illustrate the construction process followed in the Meenambakkam station, as we all very well know that. So first we go with pile foundation, and we go with here they have mentioned an isolated bit footing, but generally in most of metro construction they prefer only pile foundation. Once the foundation is being laid, they place
Why
next
pile
slide, please.
foundation? Why do you not go for open foundation?
Over the pile foundation, they place the pyre. So over the pyre,
Why,
they will
why,
be placing.
why, why I asked why the pile foundation they prefer than the open foundation.
It
So
has more
pile found.
load bearing capacity other than other type of foundations, sir.
Then he Mukesh
Because it is,
wants to explain. Things. Yeah, yeah, Mukesh, tell me.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me answer.
sir, actually, pile foundation is mostly preferred because it is more economical and we cannot go for isolated footing everywhere because the pile foundation is mostly used for isolated footing everywhere
Hello,
because
your voice is breaking, Mukesh. Hello, Mukesh is there or not?
I think he has some internet issue. I think so, sir.
His
Shall I?
voice. Uh,
His
yeah,
voice is
see, the
breaking.
thing is, pile foundation will occupy less space because the metros are constructed within the city and the road width is very less. If you open the more road width, then it will be a problem. Okay, because a
Yes,
lot
sir.
of adjacent structures also will be there.
Yes,
So
sir.
we are preferring pile because we are not disturbing much the earth also. Okay.
Okay, sir. So that transportation and all, it won't get
Yeah,
affected.
yeah. Because the pile foundation is a better one. It occupies less space compared to your the open foundation. Open foundation
Yes,
means large area required and
yes, sir.
cost also. Cost ultimately cost also, and they require less space.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the
It's
reason.
economically it is very good. I think so.
Yeah, no, that's the reason most of the places they go for pile foundation. Above that, they will put the small cap and then the pier will come above that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir. Thank you, sir. And here is a pyre we have to over the pedestal, and over that pyre cap we have to like a viaduct thing. Here is the original pic that I have taken in the site. Once again, sir. These are the viaduct photos that I have collected in site photos. Over the viaduct, the platform has to be constructed, and this is the extended pier cap. And also consecutively we have to construct footing so that we can extend the platform up to the required length. These are the footings. Over the footings, of course, it will be column, and a concourse slab has to be placed so that we can extend the platform and can we can connect the concourse slab with platform slab. Here is a picture of it, and this is the roof sheeting that we see in the stations. Uh, that is to be finally done. And this is about the underground metro construction. This is a picture of it, a 3D picture. Here, first of all, tunnel boring machine has to be placed to make a tunnel, and then underground tunnels move traffic away from the street level, avoiding delays caused by traffic congestion, and leaving more land available for buildings and other uses. In areas of high land prices and dense land use, tunnels may be the only economic route for mass transportation. Cut and cover tunnels are constructed by digging up city streets, which are then rebuilt over the tunnel. Alternatively, tunnel boring machines can be used to dig deep bore tunnels. That shows here in the picture. Deep bore tunnels we can dig and that lie further down in the bedrock. The construction of an underground metro is an expensive project and is often carried out over a number of years, maybe. There are several different methods of building underground lines, and one common method we come across is cut and cover method, which is the city streets are excavated and tunnel structure strong enough to support the road above is built in the trench, which is then filled in and in the roadway rebuilt. This method often involves extensive relocation of utilities, commonly buried not far below street level, particularly power and telephone wiring, water, gas, and mains and sewers. This relocation must be done carefully, as according to the documentaries from the National Geographic Society. And this is the tunnel design. Twin tunnel, a single track with cross passages at 250-meter intervals. These are the site work illustration, which is viaduct. These are the launching photos. That is girders we have to launch also. Extended pier cap, you have seen already. This is a tunnel. First of all, we have to dig no in underground metro. That is, the base slab has to be constructed to avoid falling of sand, and also retaining wall should be done on the either side. This is ground anchoring, strutting. This is sheet piling with a hydraulic jack and also with vibro hammer. Here, coming to the cost, the capital cost is high, as is the risk of cost overrun and benefit shortfall. Public financing is normally required. Rapid transport is sometimes seen as an alternative to an extensive road transport system with many motorways. The rapid transit system allows higher capacity with less land use and less environmental impact and lower cost. And elevated or underground systems in city centers allow the transport of people without occupying expensive land and permit the city to develop compactly without physical barriers. And motorways often depress nearby residential land values, but proximity to a rapid transit station often triggers commercial and residential growth, with large transit oriented development office and housing blocks being constructed. And these are the
Okay.
pros. These are the merits of the metro construction. Mukesh,
Yeah, okay. So each side has both faces. So metro also has both pros and cons. So the metro rail system has proven to be the most efficient and most judicial means in terms of energy consumption, space occupancy, and the number transported. So it has a very high capacity carriers. So very large number, very much population can be transported in a very faster manner, in especially during peak hours and peak direction trips. So this is considered to be eco-friendly because it produces low air pollution or no air pollution literally, and it produces much less noise pollution. So it has very low carbon footprint. As mass population is using a rapid transit system, the number of individual vehicles goes down. So it has a few disadvantages. The one among the disadvantages is that high initial cost. So the structure cost very high to at initial stages. So for example, in Mumbai Metro, a single lane of 11.2 kilometer costed a project of about 4,321 crores. So during the construction, it produces disturbances like blockage to skyline, road blockages during construction period. So it has a good amount of electrical consumption, which is considered a disadvantages. But the fares for transportation is very high, and it takes time for construction. So these are the few disadvantages of rapid transit system. So coming to the conclusion, so metro is emerging as a key solutions to fulfill demand for urban transportation in India. So it is a key solution for most both sustainable and to meet the increasing demands. So as per the Ministry of Urban Development, the recent report says that about 316 kilometers of metro rail is under operation, and more than 500 kilometers of metro rail is under construction across the country. So metros are the upcoming power technology and transport means with more and more advancements, and it will be useful for both humankind and for both the environment. So this is our presentation on the topic of metro construction. Thank you, everyone.
thank you, sir. Thank you, and everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. So what you understood from this topic? What are the main key takeaways from this assignment?
So the main takeaway from this assignment would be that to learn about construction of metro, sir, it is a good process and the efficient means of construction field helping in attaining sustainable development was the key understanding of this.
Main thing now it is employment generation also. A lot of civil engineers are employed in the metros because
Yes, sir.
all the cities are under expansion. It will be in the expansion in the future also. So mass transport system is the only system is going to help. Okay, what are the
Yes, sir.
other transport systems are there? that also will not cater. Mass transport and metros only is going to help for the future. So metro construction, one should know about the components and their advantages and what is the procedure, the elements, because nowadays all the latest technologies they are using, including the formwork. The formwork used in metro, the entire height is 6 meters or 7 meters in single pour they are doing. And
Yes, sir.
latest concrete methods they are adapting, technologies they are using. So you should learn about the latest technology like self-compacting concrete and GGBS. Lot of new things are happening, and
Yes, sir.
systems also, construction procedures also. How fast you can construct the metro. Okay, if
Yes,
you
sir.
take a longer period, you will not win the job. If you have
Yes, sir.
to construct in a given time, because the money invested has to come up. Na? Returns
Yes,
has to
sir.
be
Yes, sir.
the people. If you take Hyderabad Metro, it is invested by L&T. They are the owners for that particular project. So they should be looking forward the revenue, na? Which is
Yes,
coming
sir.
out, because their revenue is by ticket generation and the rental revenue and other revenue. So a lot of metros are under construction. They will look forward for their revenue generation. Means they in the given time you have to complete the project. In the next project maybe they expect more means less time with more work. That's
Okay,
what
sir.
they're saying. But using the conventional methods, it is not going to help. So
Yes, sir.
latest compound technologies they are using, latest direction sequence. Means every most of the elements which are used in the metros, they are doing somewhere else and they are just assembling with the technology with the machines. Huge machines are used for the girder erection and then the post tensioning. All these things they are doing in a, if you see in a mechanized manner with a proper quality control. The safety also is a priority for them. Okay, you can't
Yes,
compromise
sir.
on the safety. So this is what requirement. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so this will be helping you to get, if you are going for the metro construction interviews, definitely this presentation you can tell them, sir, this is what I done my internship. In my internship, apart from construction procedures, the farm work and other things, I learned about the metro also.
Metro
Because it is
construction. Yes,
happening.
sir.
This is happening in front of you. Any city, the metro expansions are works are happening. They may ask them questions. You can tell the answers. At least if you tell partially, also they will like you. They will choose you
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
regarding tunnel boring machine, regarding your erection sequence, and the planning, scheduling. All these things which are you took in the internship, this is going to help. The construction methodology, the planning sequence, project planning, and little bit of estimation and quality control. This is what they are doing. This is applicable for all the projects.
Yes, sir.
In utilization, you took on metros. Other people took on some other topic. But this is the need for our. Here the opportunities, all the opportunities, most of the opportunities are coming on this kind of infrastructure projects. Companies, government is spending because they wanted to create infrastructure. They want to invite the people. They want to reduce the pollution. They want faster transportation. So government also spending much of money in capacity additions in all the cities.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Even in the airports they are doing, even in the metro construction they are doing, even in the highways they are doing. Here
Yes,
the
sir.
government spend is there and the private participation also is there. So
Yes,
it
sir.
will be there for the future also. Okay. With this I
Sure,
will
sir.
conclude. I appreciate both the people. One is Niranjan J and Mukesh for taking this presentation and taking this topic and done a nice presentation. Little bit you have to study more on this.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope sufficient
Okay,
resource
sir.
material is given to you. You can go through that on your free time and learn more on that. Okay.
Sir, thank you
Okay,
so
sir.
much for this opportunity,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
It
Thank
was
you.
a
Thank
wonderful
you.
experience, sir.
Okay. I appreciate your effort for the presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, everyone can leave. Yeah, all can leave. Chaitra became Madhiha.